looks like you guys moved to a back three for this game. What did you see from the first half to the second half that changed things?
The structure was the same throughout, and the game plan was the same. And I thought the first half was obviously much better than the second half. I thought they did a great job in the first half. Good energy, good focus, and then followed the game plan. Second half, not so much. And in the end, I could tolerate an own goal. That happens. But again, it was a goal kick that led up to that. And goal 2, goal kick. Goal 3, goal kick. We haven't changed anything on what we do on goal kicks. And it takes organization. It takes leadership. And we let ourselves down in those moments tonight. And that single-handedly cost us the game. And, so it's a good reminder for us, that I thought there was a real importance to the game in the first half. In the second half, not as much for some reason. And again, it's a good reminder for us that we're not good enough to just not be super, super dialed in every aspect of the game. And that's an area where we were on guard in LAFC and focus throughout that game, every moment, and then the Colorado game before that. And that's what made us get those results. And today, in the first half, I thought it was sharp in those moments. And then the second half, we faded a little bit. And that's enough. That's enough. And again, so it's a good reminder for us about, for a good excuse for me to make sure we're very clear on when we're good and when we're bad. And that wasn't good enough in the second half. And I take responsibility for that.
Thanks, man.
Hit him on.
Hey, man, just kind of elaborate a little bit more on that. Maybe too soon to ask any reasons why, in the second half you put your top three up front and still couldn't, generate something to get back in the game.
That's a good. No, it's a good question. It's a good question. I mean, we're trying to thread the needle here again with minutes, and there's some guys that it's a 2-day rest, and then it's a 2-day rest between this next one and the Open Cup, and so we're trying to, there's going to be shared minutes, and. But your job within that shared minutes is to be at your best, and certainly both teams had. I think there was quality on both sides, but in the end, again, those moments, those goal kicks, ended up costing us that we were just not sharp enough, not dialed in enough, and that's really disappointing because that's an area that we've been very, very good throughout the year, and today that part let us down.
And to finish up, I know you got a room full of pros in there, but what do you tell them to be ready for Saturday? And I'm assuming this is the message you just shared with them, to pay attention to the details, or what did you tell the team after this match?
Well, I don't want to get into it too much, but it's not far from what I'm saying here. Again, the reality is we 2 road games with 2 days in between. Not an easy task to come here. And we got 3 points out of the 2 road games. So you can look at it that way. I'm just disappointed in some of the moments in the second half that, the way the loss happened in that second half is not where we want to. That's not a way you want to lose a game. I think those are controllables. Those are things that we have to be better at, and that we spoke about. And so that's the frustrating part here. No doom and gloom. We'll patch them up. We got to get back, and we have a very important stretch here. So again, I guess I would say we're using this maybe as a reminder of again what makes us really good, and then where we can't live, and we're just not good enough to live that way. So all these details matter that we spend a lot of time on, and they should we should know better.
Thank you, Coach. Safe travels.
Okay,
this week.
Thank you,
Sam.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Sam.
Yeah, looking at the numbers this game generated, Dynamo outshot Real Salt Lake 15-8, and Salt Lake be able to, get their three inside net and stuff like that. And you spoke about, how the team, followed during the second half and stuff like that. What do you think this team needs to do to compete consistently? And I know that getting 3 points out of 2 games on the road, if you look at it like that, is commendable.
Sam, we have been pretty consistent over the last, I think, 8 games. So, we're not going to just win games all the time, and we're going to go on the road, and we're going to have days like this. This is part of the season, and we hopefully learn from it and put it back in our bag of tools and our memory banks, and try to fix it and get better and respond from these things. And again, today, you're right. I'm looking at the data. Data looks pretty good for a road game away with 2 days rest. 15 shots, 4 on target. Good possession numbers. We hit the bar once or twice and had really good looks in the first half, and we didn't see out any of those plays. And that's also a reminder here. When you get these looks, you have to be efficient on the road, and we had a couple looks that we didn't do so great. And if I had any knock on the first half and that group, is that we didn't finish one out.
I wish you safe travels back to Houston.
Thanks, Tim.
Jorge.
Coach, good evening.
Hi, Jorge.
Like you've said, you do have a couple games left. And, in this stretch of May, I guess just overall, how do you make sure that your team finishes in a great place? The Dynamo typically struggles heading towards the summer. You have a break due to the World Cup, but how do you make sure that you leave on a good note?
Historically, we struggle leading into the summer. Is that a fact? Jorge?
Typically, that is a huge margin leading into the playoffs.
I don't understand what you're saying, Jorge. Like, what do you mean? We typically struggle when? How do you make sure
to just be consistent? I know you are a consistent coach, a consistent team, in the span of 8-9 games. Just how do you make sure to, leave on a positive note? Sure. Yeah, I that's fine. It's a good question. I just didn't know the trend that we are not good in this moment in time. So we have to get just. It wasn't a terrible game overall. Again, the goal kicks, these moments, these details cost us today. They cost us a chance to win, to get points out of this game and win it. And we have to learn that lesson. But overall, there was a lot of good things here. And there was a lot of good things in LA and Colorado. So just getting back to that, again, playing a game like this with all these little details that end up matter, that matter against good teams, especially a team with some of the team speed that they had.
All right. We'll go with Sullivan.
How important is for the crew to respond quickly after a loss like tonight?
Yeah, we want to respond, Selvin. We want to get back and have a good game against Vancouver. And I think we shared some minutes tonight, so we should be fit and ready to go against Vancouver, and we're looking forward to getting back home. Then we got 2 away games after that, so it's been 4 and 5 that are on the road, so it'll be nice to get home and hopefully get some home cooking and play in front of our fans against a very good team in Vancouver.